Hey everybody. Okay. I am going to get ready to do the all of the pages that are excuse me, that are going to be the collage pages. And I'm hoping that it's going to be kind of a quick and easy process for everybody. So I'm going to kind of show you first what I've got left of the actual kit, which is not a whole bunch, but I think I've definitely got enough to make a difference. So I still have this page, which has all the cut aparts on the back, but of course you can use these larger pieces as well. But you know, that's your choice. And of course this I'm using on the front cover. And this is the back of that. So I may be able to use bits and pieces of either side. This is still my inside front cover. And we're going to be making a nice kind of an accordion pull-out thingy. I think you'll like it. Excuse me. And of course that's the back. And then I have this page where I have cards that I can cut out, and these little buggers, these little buggers right here. It is so hard to get all of this in. And then I have this page that has this. And I think I'm planning on using a lot of this because I have so many of those on this page. So I will get some of this used in the collage. Okay, so that's the big papers. Oh, that's not part of the kit. Okay, so then I have the rest of this piece of the kit. That piece. That piece. I got this fun piece here. This piece. Oh, yeah, with my man. With my man. And then this piece. Okay, so that is the kit papers that I have left. But we've done a whole mini album, guys, with one 10-piece double-sided thingy. So, you know, we're utilizing this paper pad really well, augmenting it with, you know, hopefully things that you have in your stash. So I still haven't hit these, but I will be hitting these in these collage pages. And then I have bits and pieces of the papers that I've used throughout. And, oh, I love this stripe. And then I have all of those extra pages that I had pulled out. I have all of those. So that is what we're going to be using for the collage pages. And again, I may not use all of these, but I was getting a little worried that I wasn't going to have enough. Okay, so my thought is I believe I just have 2 sizes worth of pages that need to have collages done on them. And I am going to, of course, focus on, yes, I am going to focus on that. If I can remember what the heck it is, I'm going to focus on it. 4x6 pictures. So, I am first going to cut out, excuse me, I'm first going to cut out, see now I can get, where's my second one? I can get 2 4x6 pictures on each page, super easy. And I can even do this and get 3 4x6 pictures on here, which is probably, you're probably going to see this a lot. But then I think I'm also going to do a 3x5. And I don't have any of those cut, but I am going to do some 3x5s so I can fit them in. Because like you can do this and this, and I think you can get 2 3x5s right in here. And if you do this and this, let's see, where'd I put my ruler? Right here. So I would not let's see. Yeah, you know, I could get really close to a 3x5, get a couple of them in here. I might have to cut them down to like 2 3/4 by 5. Like, or let's see, it's 8. It's 8 1/4, 8 1/8 across. So I could do 2 3/4 by 4 and get 2 of them in there, and that would be cute. Or you can just leave this space for decoration and have your pictures. And of course, then you've also got this way to have your pictures if you just want to focus on the 4x6s. So that is what I'm going to do now. So guys, I'm going to get prepped for this. And I've got to still glue down some pages. I had this open, so that's off. So these are the ones that I'm going to go ahead before I come back to you and get these done and get these glued down. So that we'll have that done. And I'm going to use mostly in these collage pages, mostly the add-on papers and not too much of the actual designer paper, because I want to save those for the tags. Because I've got some good big tags in here. I believe there's a couple tags that need to go into here. This one, we're going to possibly put a pocket on the inside. Come off there. I think we're going to put a pocket across here. And so that will probably be some of the designer paper. You know, I could do a pocket with something like this, and then matte and all collage everywhere else. So we will go. I'm going to bring you along for a couple of the pages, and hopefully it will. What I'm going to try and do will make sense. So hopefully, there we go. Okay, so I will be back in a moment and we will get started. Okay, so the way I'm thinking that this is going to work, I've got 3 pages here, and I kind of wrote the sizes down, but you may tweak them because yours might be a little different than mine. So just do the measuring where you put it where you want it and you make a mark, and then put it here to here where you want it and make a mark and cut. But it's about this size, at least for mine. So I have 3 papers that I cut. I cut them all at the same time. My printer, of course, these are thinner pieces, which you can totally use thinner pieces when you're doing collages, you know, on this kind of stuff. So anyway, so my thought is now I want to cut these where I could take this and mat it and you know, love where I'm at. So the first thing I'm gonna do, instead of trying to fold all of this to you know, the size and cut, because then I'd be trying to cut 6 pieces of paper, I'm actually going to use my scoreboard, because this will do the same thing. And I think the first thing I want to do is score at 4 1/8. I just want to, and I remember I'm scoring 3 pages here, and I want to make sure that they stay together. So score at 4 1/8, or you can do 4 1/4 if you would prefer. Having a little bit more where they could see when they put their photo on it. So I've scored that. Let me make sure. Yeah, it came through the back side. So now I'm going to cut off on both sides that entire score mark. So let's see, right here. So there's the first section. And then, and try and keep all the papers together. And then I'm going to cut off the other part of the score, which should give you, you know, just a little bit under 1/8 of an inch, close to a 1/16, if not a 1/16 of an inch. You don't want to take off much more than that. Okay, so now we have this. So now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it in this way, and let's make sure that we keep our papers all nice and, no, I want to put it this way, sorry. I'm going to put it this way, and I'm going to score at 6 1/8. Okay, I'm going to flip it over, and I've got a good score line. I'm going to cut off the whole score line, one on this side, and then the score line on this side. So, let's get it in here. Keep these together. And then cut off the rest of the score line. All right. And those little tidbits you're cutting off, you can keep. Okay, so if we take this and separate it out just a little bit, we will have a nice little matted area. Okay, so now this one, let's see, I want to do a 4x6 this way. So I'm going to, keeping in mind if you've got any that are up and down, I'm going to flip the paper and I'm going to score at 4 1/4. Oop, fell off the bandwagon there. And I did it again. It's not that easy, but get it started and then just take a little bite off of it at a time. There we go. Okay. Can I see my score marks? Yes. Okay. You do need to have some good lighting in order to do this, because it's not that simple to see. Especially on this piece that's got lines and dots and things. So we're going to cut off both edges of that score. Okay, so now this will go right here, and that's going to be a little, maybe not, hold the phone, yeah, I'm going to take off just a smidge more right off here, just a smidge more, so you might have to play with it a smidge, but it should come out very nicely for you. And then we have this piece, which I'm going to cut in half. So let's see, it is 7 3/4. Let me see what half is. I can't do the math right now. Okay, 3 3/8. So I'm going to score at 3 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we go. And then we will see some magic happen here in just a second. There's that one. And that one. So let's see. Yep, and it's going to leave us just little bits. So now you have a collage page, okay? Now here, this one is really going to be nice because it's 6.5 by 6.5. I believe that both ways are 6.5. Yeah, that way and that way. So this is going to be easier to do. This will cut the smaller ones. I'm going to cut a few of these that I think I will like. Like this one, I definitely like. But let's just flip through. Now this one's nice, and I have used this one, so I'm going to put that out. This one works well with the paper, so let's pull this one out. And the dominoes would be nice, so let's pull that one out. And this, I think, is actually a pretty good color. I'm going to pull that one out, too. I'm staying away from the flowers and stuff. Polka dots, flowers, pretty butterflies, swirly things. That's flowers. These are all cut aparts back here. Okay, so I've got those. And I am going to cut well, actually, let's take this. See, that one's a little larger. So let's take this one, because I will cut them all the same. Line it up. Okay. All right. And now I'm just gonna, I'm using my scoreboard to help me kind of line up. What'd I do with my pen? Holy Toledo. What'd I do with my pen? Okay, I can't keep the pencil. I can't keep the pen. And yeah. Come on, little lady. What are you doing with yourself here? Okay, well, I'm sure I have something else I can mark with. Here's another one. So I'm going to put a mark next to where I want to cut. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut those. Let's see, let's cut this one first. And this is just going to give us some additional pieces. These are a little thicker, so 3 pages. And then we've got some little strips. Little strips. Put those in our little strip bucket. Okay, so then we've got some more of these to play around with, and obviously too small for that, but I can get some of these out of there. So I'm going to do the same thing. Actually, I think I might save this for the larger pages. Because I will have a piece like this, and maybe that will be closer in size. So now I'm going to flip through here. Okay, I love the books. All good colors for this. That's just a little too, and this is suitcases. Great colors for this. Stamps. That might be good. This book has been through so many times that it's falling apart. I love the stripes. And I'll do this chocolate brown one. Okay. So I'm going to save some of those for the other pages, and I'm going to take I think I should be able to, nope, I'm not going to get 2 of these out of this, but that's okay. I'm going to take 3 of these. Let's see. I'll take this one, and this one, and I'm going to save these 2 for working the larger ones. That's 3. Get them all lined up. And let's make our mark. Actually, since it's white on the back, make a mark that I want to cut, and we're gonna cut. And then we still got this that we can use towards something else. Oh, cut it on the wrong side of the little doodad here. Okay, let's see. Did I get that good? Yes, I did. And we'll save those for something else. So now this should, yes, perfect. All right, so now let's let the magic begin. So I've got basically like 6 different papers that I can play around with. So first, let me find the first one. That's this one, I think. I don't think these are all larger. Yeah, these are all larger. Okay, so this is the first one. And we have this. And we have that. And then we have these guys. Go this way, and we can put some dots and some brown swirly things. And if we have to cut them down a little bit, we have to cut them down a little bit. But this, oh, I think this one, nope, that one goes that way. And then here we have, so there's our first page. Bam, done. So I'm going to flip to the next one, and that's going to be too large. The next one, here we go. Okay, so we have this one. We have polka dots, maybe, or the blue. The blue. The blue looks good there. This one, we have all of these to choose from. So what do you guys think about this? Pretty easy, I think. Pretty easy. Or do I like a little more structured stripes there? I think I do. And then we have the stripes, some more blue. Got that and that. Love it. Okay, so there's that. And then we can go to the last one and do the same thing. We have our stripes or this. Let's do this and this. And Let's see. Let's do a blue. Oh, this one is much larger. Sorry, guys. We'll have to do different pages for those. Let's see. No, that was it. So I just had 2 that size. I guess I didn't need to cut as many, but I'll be able to fiddle around with the other ones and make them work. But you see how I did that, guys? It was super duper easy, and it comes out with some pretty awesome looks. So I'm going to ink all of these and glue them down, and if I think I want to go with something that's, you know, maybe a little more neutral, instead of one of the pages, or the little shiny stuff instead of one of the little pieces, that's what I'll do. But you have some good writing areas and some good photo areas. So I think this is going to be pretty darn cool. Cool. Okay, that's it. So we can do those for all of the pages. You just measure out your mat pieces, and then use your scoreboard to make the sizes that you want, and then flip it over and cut off that score line. And then you have a perfect matting going to come out, just where it's going to mat inside the page as well as mat around each one of the pieces. All right, guys, thank you so much. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink where the matting is. I'm not going to leave it this color. I'm just going to ink like right in here. So I'll just take some of the ink and just get that. And then this piece will go right here. And this piece and if you have to tweak it down a little bit, because you know nothing's perfectly perfect all the time, but if you have to tweak it down. But there I have a nice little border in between them. You probably can't see it. It is tiny, but it's a nice little border. I'm away from my edge over here, and that's going to turn out to be really cute. Really cute. Okay, guys, so I'm going to get that part done, and I'll be back to you. Yo, peeps. Okay. I wanted to show you how cool this looks. Now, if you don't have a lot of this extra paper that goes with, you know, whatever you're working with, or if you do have lots of extra paper, you won't have to worry about this. But like if you're trying to do just like with 10 sheets or whatever, book pages would look super cool in here. You could take your inks and cover over the book pages and make them different colors. You know, or just edge them all the same, or whatever, you know, and then intersperse some of the different colors. Because remember, when they get a 4x6 picture on here, you know, most of the color's gone. You get a little edge. This one, you'll get a little bit more of an edge. So you can kind of put it here and have a little space down here for writing. You can do the smaller prints. You can do a whole print on that. So, you know, you just need to use your imagination and go through your stash and see what else you can come up with. But I just love how this worked out. So I am going to show you one more time how we do it. And I'll be right back. I'm going to get it set up. Okay, so I have two 12 by 12 papers, and this will work the same with 8.5 by 11, or any size that, you know, is kind of that's large enough to mat the page that you're going to work on. So let me take these off, because I have 8.5 by 10 7/8, and then let's see, where is the, oh yeah, sorry. And then there's 8 1/8 and 8 1/8. So I added this black strip here so I could cut the 8 1/8 and that it would still work for this page, because this black strip is covering, you know, a 1/2 inch of it. So the 1/8 will overlap and it will look just fine. And I also did it on this page to do the same thing, because this was a little bigger than the other ones. So it's kind of, you know, works. But so we're going to take our paper. Now you can cut your size to what I give you, but your file folders may be different than mine, or if you're not using file folders and you're using paper, you know, or you're doing a different size. So just do the old measuring method where you are going to put this where how you would mat your page. And I still, for heaven's sakes, I still did not get, I'm going to flip this one around because it's white on the back so that I can just make my mark on there. And I still said, oh, I need to go get a pencil. And I got up and I did something else and I didn't get a pencil. So I'm first going to cut this. All right. Now all those bits and pieces I'm still going to have uses for, at least most of them. And then I'm also going to incorporate these other little pieces that we did. Okay, so now we're going to work from the top to the bottom, or bottom to top, whichever way you feel like doing it. And we're going to cut where we want that. All right. So now we have these two pieces that are exactly the same size and that they mat this page perfectly. Okay. So because I have 3 pages, it would have been better to do this with 3, but I don't really have enough of the 12 by 12s. The other 2 were, well, I had another one of these, which is the dots and this, and then I had one of these white backs, but it was red, and it was just a lot of red, and I didn't want a lot of red. This one is very muted and toned down, and the other one, well, I guess I can show you, is wow. So, you know, I just decided that was just a little too out there for my red. All right, so going to go ahead and cut these, and I thought I definitely want to do 2 up here, 2 you know, 4 by 6s this way, and then I want to do 1 up here, and then I'll have a little strip. So I am going to add the suitcase one. And instead of doing a if it works for you, that's great. I don't really need to do it, so I'm going to just skip the process of putting the score line on and then cutting the score line off. It's basically between a 16th and an 18th of 16th and an 1/8 of an inch, whatever it is that you like your mat to look like. Okay, so I am going to first cut this at let's see, I think this one is just 6. Yeah, is this one just 6 as well? I might have to, yeah, let me see if there was anything else in this one that I liked. I do like that one. And that one is already in the paper. So let's take one of these because I've already got one used. So, because this one is 6.5 versus the 6. So I will be able to get like a let's see, this is 10. So if I do 6.25, I will still be able to get a 4 something to go across here. I could even do 6.5, and that would leave, what is that, a quarter? 6.5, and that would leave 1, 2, 3. That would leave 3/8. So I could make a 4 3/8 one. So I think I might do that. I'm going to cut this at 6.5. Now, let's put the paper. Let's get it all lined up at 6.5. So that will work perfectly. Whoops. And then I drop everything. Okay. And now, this is 8 1/8. So if I do just a little bit bigger than 4, it will give me my half mark. Okay, so I'm going to cut 4 inches and then take an 1/8 inch off. And that will give me, I think that will give me a very nice piece. So I'm going to cut at 4 inches. And that will give me one of those. And I'll just take this off. And then this one should be 4 1/8. So I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. So I'll just be cutting a little strip off. And there we go. So now I have these two. Yes, very good. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me 5. I need 6. But I don't have to do them all the same. And I do have lots of these things left over. So let me see. Yeah, unfortunately, I already have that one. And none of these other ones are going to be quite the same size. But we can fill in with other things, which will help make the pages a little different. Okay. So now we have this piece up here. Yeah, that's going to be fine. And I want to make this at 6, and then we'll have another piece. And since I'm going to make this at 6, I'm going to actually put both of these together and cut this at 6 inches. Gotta get it all lined up. Make sure everything is in a good spot. And this is the only time when you're right at 6 inches that this okay, so it needs to come in. Yeah, this cutter is split at 6, so it does make it just a little. There we go. Okay, and then these two pieces are going to be needed to cut at 4. So we're just going to line this up and cut it the same as the other ones. There we go. And that won't work for that one, but that's okay. We have lots. We have lots of different papers that we can use for these little strips. Let's see what we got here. So we've got dots. Now these are all the top papers, and these are my bottom papers. All right, so having a few others then these two for this page will be fantastico. Okay, what else do I have to choose from? That one I've already tried. And they're too large to cut into any other kind of thing. So, let's see. What do I like? Oh, I definitely like this one. And I think I like that one. And I like that one. And I like the dominoes, but I don't really need that many. But, let's see. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So, let's do this. There we go. All right. So now we're happy campers. I am anyway. Okay, and then I just need one more of these. So, okay, so these are the exact same, but yeah, they're the exact same. So that's not gonna hit me. I might just do a collage. I've got lots of papers, lots and lots of papers. I'm just gonna take one of these and I'm going to cut it the same way. And then I'll make a collage out of it. And that will be pretty as well. Okay. All right. Well, I didn't get it super straight. There we go. All right. Got so much messy. And then these need to be, what did I do with my papers? What did I do with my papers? Not those. Oh, I kind of mixed them in with everything. Isn't that lovely? Okay, well, we'll just measure these as we need them. We'll just measure them as we need them. Okay, so these are my top papers. These are my bottom papers. So we can just place down what we want, and then there's this one that can go up here. You can put it here or here, it doesn't matter. And then we can put one of these bad boys. Let's do this and this, and then I have this one. Or I have this one. I think I like this one. Yeah. Okay, so once I get these down, then I will just mark this one like I normally do and get them cut. Okay. So that'll be the first one, and then I just run right over, and so we have this. What else do I have? Oh, I've got my, I don't want to use this other dark paper here. I'll use it on the other side. So I think I'll do this one. And then I can do this one. And maybe that one. How about if we do this, 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 this? I think I like that better. because then these are far apart. Ooh. Yay! Okay, so we got that page. And then I'm going to flip it, and we got one more page. You see how fast this goes? Okay, so I definitely want to use my suitcases. And I will use a, you know, one of those that I'm going to, you know, collage. And yeah, so there we go. So now I've got all of them planned out, and I'm going to do my little sides, and I'm going to ink everything, and I'm going to cut these out after I do all of the gluing down. I am going to, I believe, let's see, I think I have it right up here. Yes, this little bad boy, I am going to use some of my strips and cut a few of these out in order to cover this. And I yeah, so that'll go very easy, and it's a great way of using up your scraps. And I even have, let's see, I have some of this brick. I think I will get a bit of the brick. See, is this one wide enough? I don't know. Nope, not wide enough. Does have to be wide enough. You could do squares and all that kind of stuff as well. So just keep your eye out for what you want. Now here's this one. Got it. And I've got another spot in here too that I'm going to do the same thing. And I probably will do tags that way as well. And then I have these little pieces here that didn't get used that will look great. Let's see, can I get another one out of that? Nope. But I'll be able to get a square out of it. And I have this. And I have this. Okay, so I will just glue these on. Of course, I'm going to need quite a few more, but I'm not going to keep you on for all of that. But I'll just glue all these on, and then I will come back to you and show you all these, and then we're going to work on the inside front cover. Woo! Woo! Okay, I'm excited, guys. Hang with me. Be back in a sec. All right, so here's this page, all done. Looks great. Now we just have one more. And I thought I would go ahead and bring you along for that. And here is my collage page as well. So, I did not ink these, so you get to just hang out for a second. That's just got a little bit of a white edge to it. This one I kind of want to get all the way around because I did ink each one of the pieces, so I do want to have a little bit of edging around this one. This one's so dark, nothing I did was going to really make that one, you know, do any different. So, okay, there's that. And then this one. And I have to do the corners. And again, this one's kind of got all its own antiquing and everything, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. All right, and that one we're not going to do yet, but I do need to put my fancy corners in. My fancy corners. It's angle. Not too fancy, just angles. Okay, and then let's just get those topped off with a little ink on the white edges. Okay. So, and then just pick one. Usually I like to do the outside pieces first because that's kind of where your eye goes, so that I know that I've got a nice good fit. And then the inside pieces, if we need to cut them down a little, or, which we shouldn't, the way we did it, we shouldn't. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to give ourselves a nice little edge. This is very thin paper, so this berry art glue, I know I've been kind of giving you guys a play-by-play on it, has done very well with this thinner paper. I'm not getting, just like the art glitter glue, I'm not getting a lot of, you know, rippling with the paper or anything like that. So it does very nice with the thinner paper. But so does the art glitter glue. So, you know. Yeah, if, and I think I've said it before, if it was between this and art glitter, I think I would go for the art glitter glue, just because this one seems to be a little temperamental on some things. It'll stick it, but sometimes you know, it takes that little extra time to stick it. Oh, well, I guess I cut just a little bit too much off this one, but that's okay. Just a little bit too much off. But, so it's just got a strip. You know, I thought this would come over the strip, but it doesn't. But that's fine too, because it's even on both sides. So I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. One thing I didn't do that I have been doing is just going and edging. And it doesn't matter if you are edging your edges. It doesn't matter if you do this before or after. I usually have been doing it before I start gluing everything down, just to give it a nicer look in between the photos. So right about here will be, and then right in here. There we go. Okay. So now let's get this one glued in. So you are going to have loads of places for photos in this album. Loads. And that is what I love. Because that's what you buy an album for. I mean, you buy first, I think first and foremost, you buy it because you really like it. You like what the artist did with the paper, and you like what the crafter did with the assembly, and you know, the way they use the paper and that kind of stuff. So a lot of variables go into choosing what you want, but then at the end of the day, I'm so sorry, my allergies have been so bad today. I sound like I've got a little bit of frog in my throat. Ribbit. Okay, so I'm going to, this is white on the back. I'm going to flip her over here. A garage, the door going out to our garage. I was out in the garden for a little while in between storms. We had some terrible storms, and I was just making sure all my plants were doing all right. And I came back through the garage, And apparently I didn't get the door closed really well. Well, I have a million flies in my house now, and those little no-see-em gnats, and oh my gosh, I'm just so furious with myself for doing that, and because they are just flying all over the place. I just, oh, so yeah, now I'm like just constantly trying, and I don't own a fly swatter. I've just never had. I mean, yeah, you get an occasional fly in the house, and then you're vacuuming it up on your windowsill a week later, or a day or two later, or whatever. But yeah, I exaggerate quite a bit. There are probably 4 or 5 flies and a dozen no-see-ems, or gnats, or whatever you want to call them. Little buggers. I am all about not killing wildlife, but don't come into my house, because then I'm going to kill you. If I can. Don't come into my house. I don't come into your house and try and kill you. Don't come into my house and bug me. Blah! Okay, so let's have a look, see if I have missed anything. So we have this. We have this. I love that. I wish now I would have maybe incorporated it more, but we are going to have plenty of opportunities to put things in. Now, let's double check. I think there was something. Yeah, these need something. Especially, on these sides. So we do have some things to incorporate in here. And of course, we've got to do some taggage. Got to do some taggage. But there's that. And then we have this one. Love it. Love it. Now we still have this to do, but I'm going to do a pocket in there. And then I'm going to collage the 2 outside pieces. And I think I want to use that green paper up above. Because I think with this outside, I will like that green paper inside. Now, I have forgotten if there was anything I needed to do in here. So let's take our little billfold out. Okay, definitely this. These can stay just the way they are. I can add a little something, and definitely this, and definitely the back. I don't want just file folder. So that has to get done, and of course we've got tags. So I'm going to leave that unbuttoned. And then all of this is good. And we have, see if I can, let me see. We have this to do. This I know is good. There's nothing on that one that needs to get done. Oh, I forgot about this one. Bummer, 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 bummer. Okay, so I've got one more of these to do, and I am going to do something because I have a magnet between, I have a magnet here and a magnet here. And the magnet here is actually on this side because I had forgotten to put it down. So it's on this side. So I'm going to put a magnet here to keep this closed all the way. Because every time I flip to this page, this is open here. And I'm not sure I like that as much as if I open it this way. So I am going to put something, right here that the magnet will click on. We have all of these tags to do. Okay, well guys, I am going to go through and get all of this other stuff done. We still have a little journal to make that's going to go right in the center. This is the center of the pages, and this is where I had the flippy things. Yeah, those things. So, and I took them out. So I am going to put a journal in the center of this. And then I believe I'm going to be using the flippy things over here. So they won't go to waste. We wouldn't have done all of that work for nothing. We can't do that. Can't do that. All right, guys, I'm going to get the rest of all of these inside pages done. And then when I come back, I'll show you those and we're going to start this one. But you guys, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you're really enjoying this. I hope you're making something with me on this. This is a wonderful album to make with any paper pad. Okay? All right, guys. Love you much. Talk to you soon. Bye.